evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller. In tonight's news, we look back at the year that was 2022. We'll be right back after these messages with tonight's News Leader.
One thing about Parkview, we could bring our animal out there with us.
It would have been a deal breaker if we had not been able to take Gracie.
Yeah, we would not have gone.
If you want to do something, there's something to do most of the day. You shouldn't get bored.
I really enjoy my life here at Parkview. I really choose what I want to do. We have a wonderful library with hundreds of books that I love. It is a wonderful place.
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future in a world that's changing fast. Do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do it all with confidence, kindness, and strength. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life, what matters to me is that you keep doing.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Alderman Jimmy Blanks read a proclamation at Tuesday's board meeting officially dedicating Tullahoma's Greenway.
Resolution number 1899. Whereas the city of Tullahoma, Tennessee recognizes the contributions of former Mayor Lane Curley and First Lady Evelyn Curley for their decades of years of service to Tullahoma as community leaders and volunteers, and whereas Lane Curley is the longest serving mayor in Tullahoma's history, served a total of 18 years as mayor, Lane Curley being first elected in August 1993, re-elected for 2 additional terms in 1996 and 1999, then elected his 4th term in 2011, serving through August 2020. And whereas Evelyn Curley, being the First Lady for those 18 years, was a supporting force along Lane's side, while being an exemplary volunteer in our community. And whereas Mayor Curley led our community with solid leadership and thoughtful guidance for his fellow citizens, serving with enthusiasm, encouragement, and concern for all. And whereas his tireless efforts on behalf of the city of Tullahoma played a significant role in numerous civic developments, including improvements to the city's Grider Stadium, historic preservation initiatives, enhancement of the South Jackson Civic Center, construction of the Johnson Lane Sports Complex, Splash Island, Sunrise Diff Golf Course, a new park in East Tullahoma, a much-needed dog park at Wagner Park, and the city's greenway system of trails. And whereas a few of the many significant initiatives launched by Mayor Curley include the Clean Up Tullahoma program, Tullahoma Go Green, Tullahoma Arts Council, Tullahoma Tourism Council, Tullahoma Get Fit, and an entrepreneurship initiative. And whereas Evelyn Curley has served our community as a volunteer, being instrumental in the Hot Meals program that provided meals to struggling families on Wednesdays, serving approximately 200 meals each week to single mothers, low-income seniors, unemployed, and homeless. She worked with the local community advisory board where volunteers worked hand in hand with the local Department of Children's Services to help meet the needs of the abandoned, neglected, and foster children in Coffee County, and was recognized for her efforts in 2013 as the Governor's Volunteer Stars Award recipient. And whereas Mayor Lane Curley and First Lady Evelyn Curley have been exemplary in their leadership and volunteerism while encouraging all to be their best person every day. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the City of Tullahoma as follows. Section 1. This resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, the public welfare requiring it, this 9th day of May, 2020, that Section 2, the Tullahoma Greenway systems of trails are designated the Mayor Lane Curley and Evelyn Curley Greenway Trail in recognition of two outstanding Tullahoma citizens who have exemplified community leadership and the true spirit of volunteerism. City of Tullahoma, Ray L. Noes, Mayor.
So thank you very much for those kind words. I appreciate it. When and to the Board Mayor and Alderman, when Dr. Blanks called me a couple of weeks ago and invited me to this meeting, we were pleased to be here, of course, but I want to share with you a little bit about what else transpired during that phone call. His first suggestion was to name the wastewater treatment plant after me because he said, you are full. I wrote it down. He said, you are full of bad ideas and good intentions. And he said, no, I don't like that idea. Let's name something else. He said, the second longest serving mayor, Dr. Jack Fair School is named after him. So the longest serving mayor should have another elementary school. And so he did a little, I didn't know this, but he did a little research. And he said, we would consider naming Bel Air School after you, but it turns out, he said, there was an incident when you were in the second grade regarding a Mrs. Miller and a spit wad. So he said, we can't do that. And then he said, you know what? People have been walking over you because of your poor leadership for years. So let's just name the Greenway after you, since people have been walking on you anyway. So, and I said, that's fine, but I do have a question. He did say that I had to maintain the Greenway with mowing and any paving work that had to be done. So, is that true? I don't know.
Sidewalk, you're clear now.
Yeah. So, I need some clarification before I can really accept this. Dr. Blanks?
I think that we could probably help you with that.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then, Evelyn, I really do appreciate this. It's very kind of y'all, and it really is an honor, and I do appreciate it. Thank you.
First Lady Evelyn, the microphone is yours.
I'm just going to say it was a true honor to serve alongside Lane. Thank you.
You both served very well.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
I feel like we're safe at Parkview.
There's somebody on staff all the time. So if you need help, help is there.
We are surrounded with people that are looking after us and taking care of us.
The staff is wonderful and always available. We feel so safe and secure here.
I feel safe at Parkview all the time.
Times are very challenging right now, and stress levels are high.
Reports indicate overdoses on the rise in communities across the state of Tennessee.
Those experiencing addiction and their loved ones may be struggling to navigate through all the change.
We want you to know that deaths from overdose are preventable.
And help is available.
Anytime.
Day or night.
How do I know?
How do I know?
I am the face of recovery in Tennessee.
We tend to lose our motivation when we have something that's chronic, but you've got to do what you can early on as you can. After I'd exercise like that, I would have a lot of energy to do housework or whatever I needed. Well, I would recommend it highly to anyone at any degree of Parkinson.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Tullahoma City School Board honored Rima Bell as the 23rd Clyde W. Smith Jr. Leadership Award recipient during its October meeting. Bell spent the majority of her teaching career at Bel Air Elementary School. After 28 years as a B, she retired from teaching in 2012. At the August meeting, the Tullahoma City School Board of Education unanimously voted to choose Bell as this year's Clyde W. Smith Jr. Leadership Award winner. Bell said, quote, "I am rarely speechless, but I have to say I did not have any words when I received the initial news. I'm so grateful, gratified, and truly humbled to be included in such an honor. My biggest appreciation is that this honor gets to recognize elementary teachers who put their heart and soul into teaching. I'm very humbled by this award. Clyde Smith was a dear personal friend, and we shared a lot of ideas professionally. I am grateful to be a little part of this award," end quote. Congratulations, Ms. Bell, from all of us at Tullahoma's News Leader.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
Here at Barkview Senior Living, they're human friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Parkview, Parkview Senior Living, for your dog's best friend, you.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me at Life Care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
This past weekend marked the Tullahoma's first Juneteenth celebration, spearheaded by Royce Massengale and Jamie Moorhead, who went off without a hitch. In this segment, we hear from Speaker Aaron White.
I tell them it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to walk boldly in your own skin. Don't have people judge you from the outside. Let them take a look at what's in. Yeah, I love listening to jazz and bumping hip-hop, but I also love listening to Coldplay, U2, and classical rock. And when I want to go crazy, like bang my head against the wall, which I never do, but if I did, I listen to punk and heavy metal. And when I want to be chill and relaxed, I go to the opera to listen to a lady sing in falsetto. And no, I'm not from the ghetto just because my pants are baggy. And no, fried chicken and watermelon doesn't make me happy. Hey, but it's good though. I ain't gonna front, it's good, it's good. And yeah, I love playing basketball and football, but I have more to offer. I play the greatest sport in the world, and that's soccer. And yeah, I love my culture, African American, because it's all I ever been. But I so appreciate the lives of Caucasians, Asians, East Indians, Persians, and Mexicans. Shoot, I went to school in East LA. I would have got beat up every day if it wasn't for this dude named Hector. He'd be like, listen up, this dude looked like a little Derek Fisher, so nobody out here mess with him unless you give me like 50 bucks. So tell him, it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to walk boldly in your own skin. Forget what people say about you. You got to know what's going on in you within. Because just because you Filipino doesn't mean you dance like the Jabberwockies. And just because you white and live near the snow doesn't mean you play hockey. And just because you Latino and love to do art doesn't mean you're a tagger. And just because you Asian doesn't mean you do karate or jiu-jitsu for that factor. That way of thinking is not cool, it's not tight. I'm telling you now, we got to get to know people through conversations and not live through stereotypes. So tell them, it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to love and represent Juneteenth and to rock out the colors and to say this is your time, this is your weekend, and walk boldly in your own skin. Don't have people judge you from outside. Let them take a look at what's in. Because if we get past this division, we all like similar things. There's not a soul in this room that can tell me Beyonce can't sing. And if we get past race and people being picky eaters, I bet you we all be grubbing right now if I ordered a gang of Spinelli pizza. And I bet you we all be bobbing our head if I played a soulful tune. And how many people, instead of going to work next week, rather be in Mexico's Cancun? So tell them, It's okay to be who you are. It's okay to walk boldly, to understand your history, to walk through that art gallery and see yourself in these images and see the things that you can change and walk boldly in your own skin. Who cares what people say about you? I encourage each and every one of you right now to take a look and get to know your history and your past and take a look at what's in. Thank y'all. How y'all doing? We good, right? Figured I'd open up with a little spoken word. I see the snaps right there, right? Spoken word. It is awesome to be here. I love, Royce, what you said, kind of setting this up with having the gentleman on stage. Son, Paviel, go sit down. Thank you, man. It's those little things, right? As in fatherhood, it's those things where it's just like, I just want to say, man, it's amazing being here. I work here at Park and Recs. This center is a place that we do, so many different things right now. But I'm going to do a piece for my wife since we talking about family. Y'all mind? Can I do something for my wife? Somebody videotape it and I can send it to her and I can win. All right, cool. Growing up, I looked up to gangs. From the way they wore their hat to the color of their shoestrings. There was an aura about them that I wanted in my life, but I never knew that form of representation would come through my wife. Therefore, I rep my wife like a set, tatted with her name on my chest. No west side, east side, trouble gang, and numbers in the teens. I rep my wife like a set, know what I mean? Put her on at the age of 24. And no, she didn't need to get jumped in and hit with a vicious blow. I just gave her a serious hug and a mean look and said, you ain't gonna cheat on me, right? And ever since then, she was hooked. I rep my wife like a gang. On certain days, it's West Side marriage insane, but I love it, so I thug it. Even gave her a nickname to build up her self-esteem. And no, it didn't have the words baby in front of it, or boo. Instead, it was queen. Because she earned it. When dudes were hollering enemy territory, she yelled out where she was from in the story. And that's West Side Marriage Gang with G.O.D. as our leader. And when he puts together, let no man separate either. Believers, paving our own path, not following the crowd. And whenever we set trip, we head back to the block called wedding vows. To remind each other what we're fighting for. In a world where marriage and commitment is ignored, I rep my wife like a set. Our love is our bulletproof vest. And when the other side gets upset and try to shoot us down in the test so we can meet our end, we get to busting with our loving, saying hello to our little friend. And I rep her harder than any gangster would ever represent his block, because a piece of property that the government owns ain't worth being shot. And fighting over colors ain't the same as fighting over your seed, your rib, your better half. So I rep my wife, even if it means getting shot or stabbed. I rep her. We tagged our name in the book of life, saying till death do us apart together with Christ. And she reps me, and I can't blame her. Man and woman in holy matrimony. Now that's gangster. Hey, for all the families in here, I wrote that piece, and the piece was called Marriage Gang. Family's important. And this weekend, it's amazing to be a part of, I guess, man, legacy. Royce, I mean, you guys, Jamie, y'all, you introduced me to people. Constantly, just this is Mr. Duncan, this is da-da-da, this is, and every time I talk to a lot of people here, you hear about generations. Out where I was from, everybody was just coming from somewhere new, and the roots didn't really go that deep out in LA. And I come here and I see people who still have their own land that's been in the family for years. In this community, I just really encourage everybody in this room, especially seeing the youth on stage, in this day and age, in this time, that the family structure is huge. And even if you don't have mom and dad at the house, my mom is here right now. My father lived 5 minutes away from me and I never knew him. But I had a community. I had people that were from the same town as me. And it was like a village. And when you look around here, I kid you not how much everyone in this room needs each other more than you know. And this is the village. This is a village that, man, as I sit here, this is a village where I look at my children and I want them to grow old. Here, I chose this place. It was the first city I ever chose. I grew up in LA. I didn't get to choose LA. But I started looking around and I saw that families in LA, billboards in LA, everything was just trying to knock the family structure. Everywhere I would go, every place that I would go, people, my kids annoyed store owners because people just weren't used to kids. They just didn't care about families. And we came here to Tennessee, started off in Nashville. Ooh, no. Trying to be like something else. Not to knock it at all, but it's just too big of a city. Kept going down. Went to Murfreesboro. This gonna get bigger later. Nah. Kept going down to where we are right now in Shelbyville. Came here to work at Tullahoma. And if there's any message that I have today with Juneteenth, a message of freedom or a message of, honestly, taking back not only what's yours, but I encourage everybody to take back this community.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
At this week's Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting, Tullahoma City Athletics Coordinator Jeff Dameron informed the board about a very special baseball clinic coming to town.
Board Mayor and Alderman, we're very excited for this event, and it's going to be on November the 12th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's a free skills clinic hosted by Tullahoma Parks and Recreation, as Dave said, in partnership with Travis Sheffield, Tullahoma Sports Council, Tullahoma Little League, THS, and TMS Baseball. The clinic will be broken down into stations with current or former Major League Baseball players teaching the fundamentals. Among those are a lot of Tullahoma alumni. We have Tony Sheffield, who's an outfielder for the 92 Red Sox, Jordan Paris, catcher for the 2014 Rockies, Roel Coleman, outfielder and second baseman for the 2017 Tigers, Gary Phillips, third baseman and infielder for the 92 Giants, Justice Sheffield, 2014 Mariners, Brian Morris, 2006 Dodgers, DeJuan Brazelton, 2001 pitcher for the Devil Rays, David Hess, 2014 pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles, and Jordan Sheffield, 2016 pitcher for the Colorado Rockies. We already currently have about 150 registered kids ages 7 through 12 for this event. Anyone that's interested can go to www.tullahomaparks.com, create a Civic Rec account, and register online. We encourage the community to go to our Tullahoma Parks and Recreation Facebook page, hit the like and follow button to stay up to date for all the current events that we'll be doing this fall and also this spring. So I'd also like to mention, being a community event and in a small town, it's a lot of moving parts. Behind the scenes, a lot of things people don't see are people in businesses in the community. Troy Martin from First Bank, Brian Rogers from Rogers Insurance. On our own Tullahoma Parks Recreation, Dave, Ian, myself, Lyle, Tom, Marcus, Ben, Jeff, and JP. None of this would be possible without everyone's help and input on that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. What an impressive group of major leaguers that have come into Tullahoma to help put this on. Alderman Mathis, I believe Tullahoma's a baseball town, don't you?
Yeah, it has been for a while. And a lot of those players there, I was given the opportunity to coach them, and they turned out really well. But I will say one thing about Jeff Damron. He has done one outstanding job of pushing all of these activities throughout this city. And without that, when he got the job, I said, it's going to go well because he knows what he's doing.
Well, anyway, thank you, gentlemen. It's a fun event.
We'll be back in a moment with your weather forecast.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
And we'll take a look at your weather forecast, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1955 at 68 degrees. The record low was in 1959 at 0 degrees. Average high on this day is 48, and the average low is 29. And that's our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a good evening.